School is now back in full swing, so reading might seem like a task. But if you enjoy reading, songwriting, or sharing your creative poetry with others, look to the Hearst Center for the Arts as your solution. Every last Thursday night of each month, they now hold a Final Thursday reading series where you can listen and share your creative literature. Let's take a look. Just the other week, the Hearst Center for the Arts kicked off its first Final Thursday reading series for this season. The reading series happens on the last Thursday of every month. Vicki Simpson, who is the development coordinator for the Hearst Center, explains more on this reading series.
Final Thursday Reading Series is a very popular creative writers forum, and it was originated by Professor Jim O'Loughlin, who is a PhD in the English department over at the University of Northern Iowa, now known as the Languages and Literatures Department. This is the 13th season for Final Thursday Reading Series, and we started having it back in 2008. So it's been, it'll be our 6th season here at the Hearst.
6 seasons of featuring regional authors and local writers and songwriters who all share with guests their very own original work. The Hearst Center provides a grand piano to those if desired for singers and songwriters. Local writers must sign up for this open mic forum by 7 p.m. on each Thursday, and the open mic begins at 7:15 p.m. You are welcome to share any type of your best work, from poetry and creative nonfiction to songwriting and fiction. So how did this all get started?
Dr. O'Loughlin, it was really his baby back in the day, 13 years ago, where he wanted to give local authors a voice. And he has a press called the Final Thursday Press, and so that kind of originated the whole series. And some of the, not all of them, but I'm not sure the percentage, perhaps a third of the featured authors actually have a book published through Final Thursday Press. So it's just a natural venue for them.
This month's first Final Thursday reading featured a guest author named Julian Couch, whose most recent piece of literature is a nonfiction book titled Traveling the Power Line. She tells us her plan for this Final Thursday reading.
I'm actually going to read from a couple of my books. The first thing I'm going to read from is Jukeboxes and Jackalopes, which is a book about visits to small town Wyoming bars, because I used to live in Wyoming, so I traveled all over the state and visiting the itty bitty bars out in the middle of nowhere and writing about those. I write in like nonfiction essay type things, so I'll read a little bit from that, and then I will read from the new book, which is Traveling the Power Line, from the Mojave Desert to the Bay of Fundy. To write that book, I traveled from Nevada to Maine, basically, and everywhere in between, visiting places where electricity is produced, various power plants, and in fact I came to Iowa a few years ago and went to a biomass research facility on the campus of Iowa State.
Julian spends most of her focus writing about the environment, energy, and rural concerns. Couch has also written Jukebox and Jackalopes, a Wyoming bar journey, and Waking Up Western, which is a collection of essays. So why not mark your calendar for the next upcoming Final Thursday reading at the Hearst Center, where you can sign up to feature your latest creative literature, or just come to listen to local artists and meet guest authors like Julian Couch. Sounds like a good time to catch up on local authors and learn about creative literature. If you would like more information on Final Thursday reading series, you can visit the Hearst Center website at herstartscenter.com.